All right. Welcome back to Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave. I'm Rob Odie. This is Spotlight 39, coming to you live like we do Monday through Thursday, pretty much every single week, around 8 o'clock, plus or minus. It depends on time, man. We're dealing with kids. It's all good. But nonetheless, before we get into it, man, hit the subscribe button, share across all your social media, comment down below, tell me who you want to have on the show. Comment during this live broadcast, show my man some love. I'll bring it up on the screen, right? That's what it's all about. Positivity, bringing them up, right? So let's do that. And then more importantly, give this video a thumbs up. That's the only way this thing's going to, grow and expand and we continue to get the exposure of these student athletes that they truly deserve. Now that that's being said, man, floor is yours. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do. We'll go from there.
Hi, my name is Johntu. I'm from Elkhart, Indiana. I attend Johntu Junior High School, and I'm a class of 2022. I play football. And my positions are a running back and receiver, and that's about it.
That's about it, right? So we're about to learn a little bit more about you. So being in
Yes,
Indiana, man, if I'm not mistaken, you haven't got to suit up and play ball yet this year, right? Or did you get to have a season?
we did. We had it in the fall. We were
Okay, so
lucky
you
enough to have
okay.
it in the fall.
So let's do this, man. Let's walk me through your season individually, man. How did it go for you? What did you recognize as something that really went well, compared to the year before?
Well, what went well was like during the summer before this year, I was like putting in hard work. I was in the weight room, getting big, getting faster, getting stronger. And the year went really well for me actually. Like at the beginning of the season, like during the summer workouts and all that stuff, I was like a regular kid, with like no like coaches talking to me and all that stuff. And then right when that first game started, like I felt like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And it's like went uphill from there.
Yeah, man. So what did you recognize, man? Like you say you got bigger, stronger, faster, right? What was your
Mhm.
biggest takeaway from this season, that you felt like, really well and you're going to build on? Did you recognize maybe your quickness, maybe your footwork, your overall agility? What would you say is, something that stood out as a strength for you this year?
You know, like I was probably like 6 foot to come in this summer, and now I'm like 6'2". I really didn't like think about that until like practices started like actually going. I was like, hey, yeah, I'm like big now, so like I can use that strength like
Okay.
to throughout the season. My speed too.
Good deal, man. Yeah, I mean, you run what, a 4.45, 4.6, give or take. So you got the height, you got the speed, man, and you still got a whole nother year to prepare, right? So, what are you doing this
Fair.
off season to work on something specific, right? So, as an opportunity area, what did you learn from this past football season that you want to work on during the off season to really prepare yourself for your senior year?
I just gotta get smarter, like IQ wise. Yet, like I know the game, but like I got like some areas I need to improve on. I need to work on like my speed, get stronger. Better eyesight. Just know the game, just all in general.
Good deal, man. So look, I got your huddle queued up at the bottom, right? Is that
Yes,
I'm
sir.
assuming that's this fall season, right?
Yes, sir.
Good deal, man. So I'm gonna hit the play button. I'm gonna let that one ride out. Let me just make sure the audio's turned off. All right. So I'm gonna let that one kind of just play out while we're talking, while we're having conversation. That way, folks can get a good idea, of what you do on the field on top of who you are as a person, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
we've got some things in place. We know where you want to improve on, right? We recognize some strengths. So, are you a part of any 7-on-7 program? Are you working with any strength coaches? Any coordinators, anything like that?
Well, I actually am gonna attend some like 7-on-7 events coming this April, and I am working with a couple of trainers.
Okay.
That's like.
Anybody you want to shout out, man? That's helping you, perfect your craft. That's in your corner.
Well, I am a track right now. Like my track coach, Dan Slayball, and Kenny Kern, and then my uncle David.
Okay. So
Yeah,
shout out to everybody that's in your corner helping you perfect your craft, man. Uh,
yes, sir.
and just taking a glance, man, the highlights is looking okay, right? So
Yes,
let's
sir.
let's talk a little bit about the classroom, man. What's your grades looking like? How's that compared to what you do on the field?
My grades are looking great right now. I have all no A minuses, all A's, and like a B plus.
Okay, so we got the academics, we got the
So,
talent on the field, right? You
so
you got the plan in place on what you want to work on it and improve on, man. So let's talk about the recruiting process. Class of 22. So obviously, COVID is here, in full effect, and it's affected a lot of things, man. So, what does your recruiting process look like?
well, my recruiting process like it's looking good actually, looking really
Okay,
good. You know, talking to these coaches, figuring things out. Still waiting on some things like to come in, like my SAT scores, like to get a final glimpse, and then them evaluating me, see what position I want to work on, or need to work on, and what I am going to be,
okay.
and waiting for these offers to come in.
So we're still at the moment we're sitting at zero offers, or as I like to call them, blessings, right? If I'm not mistaken, we're sitting
Yes,
at
sir.
zero. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So with that, you've had conversations. You said it's kind of revving up, right? Um,
Yes, sir.
Now, how are these conversations coming about? And you can be as detailed or as vague as you want. But I ask, this part of the show just because I think it's impactful to find out how everybody, gets recruited. What that aha moment was. So, what would you say is that aha moment that you got that first conversation? Whether it was a text message, a DM, an in person, or even a phone call, man. What was your breakthrough moment where you first got contacted, and what are those conversations looking like?
When I first got that text from like a follow back from like the Eastern Michigan coach, like man, I was like excited. It was like my first time, actually like getting a follow back from like a big time, name,
Sure.
and I was like excited and stuff like that.
Okay, so that was the first, right? And that was I'm assuming that happened on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, good deal, man.
Eh,
So
Yeah.
let me I'm just gonna pause this right here after this last play. Let me see what we got, and I think that's a wrap, right? Yep. So that's a wrap on the huddle film, man. So recruiting process, it's very tricky right now. But I'm confident that you got the right pieces in place. I think you're gonna make some things happen, and I think blessings will certainly start to roll in much sooner than later. Now, I'm just gonna go out on a limb, man. What are you looking for? When you look at a program, man. What's your standout things that you want to look for when you decide on which program you're gonna go with.
What I look for is like everyone looks at like the rankings, like D1, D2. I'm like what I'm focused on is like the education part, and how good the record is, and how like how good the coaches are, coaching staff, and all that stuff. And then finally, I look at like if it's D1, D2, D3, to see like what I need to work on.
Okay. Good deal. And what do you plan on majoring in? Or is that still undecided?
Engineering, engineering.
Engineering? Very cool, man. Very cool. So let's do this, man. Let's stop talking about football. Let's stop talking about you as being a student athlete. Because we can watch the film, right? We can see what you put on social media. But I think this is a great opportunity for you to share with any potential coaches or, scouts or recruiters, whoever's out there watching, who you are outside of the game, man. So we got a lot of feedback right now. I'm sorry.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. Um, so with that, man, like take an opportunity, tell us who you are outside the game. So when you're not working out, when you're not playing a video game that's involved in football, right? When you're not playing football on Friday nights, what are you involved with, man? You're still a young man, you're still a kid. What do you like to do? What are you involved with? Who are you outside of the game?
Outside of like Friday nights, I just like chill with my family, chill with my friends and stuff like that. I go hang out with my friends most of the time, just have a good time. Mostly like being with myself, and yeah, I play the game sometimes because time to time when I get bored, work out, you know, all that good stuff.
Good deal, man. Good deal. So, are you involved in any community involvement, youth group, anything like that?
Currently no, but because my church, still like limiting COVID, stuff like that.
Okay. So, let me peel back the onion a little bit, man, because you give the same, vague answer. You're humble kid. Loves to hang out with friends and family, right? So let's do this, man. Are you a sneakerhead? You collect sneakers?
Oh, oh yeah, I love sneakers.
Exactly, right. So what's your go-to pair right now, man?
Right now, I'll probably say like one of my favorite pair, probably the Retro Force J's. J's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what colorway?
I'll probably go red and white, like the
Okay. You
real
gotta go
red.
with the classic,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, okay. So what about music, man? What's your go-to playlist, man? When you getting hyped up, ready to go, hit the field or hit the workouts. What's on the
Well,
playlist?
when I hit the field and workout, I listen to rap and stuff like that. But when I'm just like in my zone, me time, listen to country music and jazz and all that stuff.
Okay.
R&B. Yeah.
So throw out a couple of artists that's your go-to, man. Who do you listen to right now?
For country wise, I listen to like Luke Combs, Chris
Okay.
Stapleton, all that stuff. And then rap wise, I say 21 Savage, the baby, you know,
Okay.
Roddy Rich.
So we keep it real modern, both on the country side and on the hip hop side, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I can dig it, man. So look, I appreciate you jumping on. I appreciate you sharing your story. I think you got a lot of talent. And I'm super excited to see where it goes. But let's close it out, man. I'm gonna do the same thing I do every single time, and I'm gonna ask you what motivates and what drives you to want to wake up tomorrow and be that much more successful than you were today.
What drives me is, gotta provide for the family, thinking about that every day. Like, what am I gonna do to help provide, like, financially and, like, as a grandson, son, father.
So that's the motivation, right? So look, as long as you keep that inside, I think you're gonna do real big things. So I'm gonna close it out with stay safe, stay healthy, and I'm gonna do something I forgot to do at the beginning of the show. I'm gonna say Happy St. Patrick's Day, right? Gotta represent the green.
Yeah.
But that's cool, man. So stay safe, stay healthy. Let's stay in contact. I'd love to run this back, and then I'm gonna throw out an open invite. If and when you decide to make a commitment, once those blessings start to happen, man, hit me. Love to have you on the show. We can do it live, man. But definitely stay in contact. I want to see what happens throughout your career, and I want to run this back, man. Let's do this again next season so we can talk about all those blessings that came through. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So look, for all the viewers out there, I appreciate what you do. Spotlight 39 is what it is because of you. So please continue to do what you do. Share, subscribe, blast on all your social media. Let's blow this thing up. Let's get these stories out there. Let's get the exposure for these student athletes, man. I'm Rob Bodie. This was Spotlight 39. I'm coming back in just a short bit. I got a coach from Arizona. Stay tuned, man. We're doing real big things. Spotlight 39. Let's go.